Welcome back to your latest industry recap. Boeing has secured a new order, and a sizable one. Ryanair cancelling flights. Want to begin with probably what you're all here for. Boeing scoring big with a major new deal for the 737 MAX and 787 from Canadian carrier WestJet. WestJet, with the newest purchase, is growing its firm order book to 123 planes, with 67 aircraft being purchased as part of growth plans. The Canadian carrier has made its intentions clear to expand not just on the domestic front, but also across its international operations, and next-generation aircraft from the American plane maker will aid that. As part of the latest commitment, which was listed as an unidentified customer on Boeing's orders and deliveries website in June, 67 aircraft are spread across the plane types. 60 high-capacity 737-10s have been ordered, and 7 of the 787s have also been purchased. While the order will include a landmark 67 commitments, the airline also has a further 29 options available, bringing the total figure much closer to the 100 mark in a big moment for the Canadian aviation sector. Included in the contract are therefore options for 25 of the high-capacity 737-10 and 4 more of the 787-9s, should WestJet choose to activate these at a later date, depending on how demand progresses. The deal also puts WestJet as the carrier in Canada with the largest order book, doubling its commitment to the 787 Dreamliner. Meanwhile, growth can really take off now with more long-haul routes, creating jobs and exciting travel opportunities for passengers. As for the 737-10, there's much excitement about what the high-capacity model will be able to bring, with now 107 orders for this aircraft, allowing the airline to get more passengers aboard every aircraft. But the plane still benefits from the cost savings driven by the MAX being part of the next generation fleet provided by the American manufacturer. WestJet remains one of the youngest airlines based on average age in North America, and since its conception in the mid to late 90s, with a fleet of Boeing 737s, it has consistently looked to strengthen its reliance on the popular single-aisle model wherever possible. Over to the next story, and Ryanair is moving ahead with the cancellation of many flights during its 25-26 winter schedule. The move by the budget European carrier will result in the cancellation of more than 1 million seats in Spain, as charges increase at airports driven by their respective operator. The operator in question has already disclosed a decision to raise charges by some 6.5% in 2026, a move that would increase the fee on passengers over €10, and something certain airlines are just not able to justify. Ryanair has gone as far as publicly criticising this move, questioning the motive and the subsequent broader impact this will have on things such as tourism and therefore connectivity due to the airline's service reductions. The budget carrier has not been afraid in the past to axe flying across other markets where airport charges have increased, thereby pushing the airline to decide on its future operations. With the latest increase, the airline confirms that its capacity will reduce by 41% at regional airports, which equates to the cancellation of 400,000 seats that were previously featured on the network. Additionally, there will be 36 direct connections with regional Spanish airports and the Canary Islands axed, which will determine a 10% network reduction, equating to 400,000 seats as well. Other changes to be expected include the exit of Tenerife North, with further capacity reductions at more locations such as Lanzarote. A 2-aircraft base will also be slashed, which results in an 80% seat reduction. Worse still, a lot of these changes that Ryanair feels it is being forced to make follow the investment of hundreds of millions into these said locations as a base. However, just because Ryanair is slashing services across Spain does not mean that its broader network cannot still benefit. Actually, the Axings present new opportunities for the European network to get enhanced connectivity. Ryanair will deploy the aircraft, thereby taking capacity away from Spain to markets that its CEO calls more competitive and are willing to actually accept the budget European carrier, something that with the latest charges, Spain, they're of the belief, clearly does not want. These moves are really important for a company such as Ryanair, which is always going to be in a highly competitive environment, but given it is a budget operator, it is imperative that network optimization continues to occur in a bid to drive further profitability. A decision to slash flights across Spain comes because they need to preserve their business moving forward, and the increased costs make not much logistical sense to continue flying into certain markets. And unlike premium airlines, Ryanair has to try and avoid absorbing the costs wherever possible, and if necessary, will shift capacity out of markets to ensure long-term profitability, typically targeting cheaper markets with higher demand. For Ryanair, as well as other airlines, incentive exists in the likes of Italian locations and more. Over the long term, this proves to be a better decision. That'll conclude today's industry recap. Thank you very much for your support here on the channel. Please take care, do be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow for your next industry recap.